Okay, sure. Watch back on that scene, back on that Jacob's Ladder scene. I want to go through something real quick. I want to do this over again. I think you'll find it interesting. It's in what is it? Daniel's, the Book of Daniels. Book of Daniels. Trying out a new program, by the way. New screen capture. Been messing around with a few of them. It's probably the 10th one I'm using, something like that. Daniels 9 verse 7. That verse about the confusion of faces. I've touched on this before. I want to try it out with this new program, but give me your perspectives on it. Tell me if I'm wrong. In the past, we used this Daniel's the 9th chapter and the 7th verse to equate it with our true faces, Israel, being confused with the heathen faces. How Esau, the so-called white man, has taken the true image of the dark prophets, taking all the proof that the prophets and the men of the Most High, the children of Israel, were dark, and associated it with their faces. So that's the confusion of faces that brothers have been linking this verse to, but it's totally incorrect. The confusion of faces is shame that the Most High brought on us. I'm gonna show you. So Daniel 9 verse 7 says, "O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces." See that? Confusion of faces. You understand? It has nothing to do with us being confused with the heathen faces. It says, "As it is this day to the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and unto all Israel that are near and that are far off, through all the countries where thou hast driven them," meaning the Jews. One of the curses that fell on the Jews is that they would be scattered into the four corners of the earth. And that's what happened. The real Jews are scattered. When you read Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter and 64th verse, the Most High said he would scatter us into the four corners of the earth. When you read James, the 1st chapter and the 1st verse, the Lord said he would scatter the real Jews into the four corners of the earth. And then we would be gathered up in these last days. And that's what's happening. We're being gathered up spiritually through the Spirit of the Most High. So the Most High, he's lifting off that curse or that confusion of faces that he put on us. So it has nothing to do with skin color or the Esau claiming our identity by putting his identity as the Jews and the people of color in the Bible. It has nothing to do with that. Just jump right up to the 6th verse. It says, "Neither have we hearkened unto thy servants." Sorry. Let's go back. It says, "Neither have we hearkened unto thy servants, the prophets," because we didn't. When you read the Bible, Old Testament and the New, and current today, this stands currently today. They have not hearkened unto the voice of the servants and the prophets of the Most High, who are showing the black woman to put clothes on her body, stop sleeping around, telling the so-called black man, stop being a whoremonger, stop getting high, stop selling drugs. We haven't done that. You understand? We didn't do it in the past, and we're not hearkening on to the Most High today, except for the ones who are chosen to hear this message. You understand? So it says, "Neither have we hearkened unto thy servants, the prophets, which spake in thy name to our kings and to our princes and to our fathers and to all the people of the land." Check that out. Then we read the 7th verse about, "O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces." You see that? So it has nothing to do with what brothers are teaching today, as far as a physical thing. It's a spiritual thing, and the Most High, he put shame on us through the confusion of faces. That's all it is. See that? So this is the definition when you go to the blue letter. See, shame, shameful thing. See this? And that's the definition right there.
Strong's H 1322. Bosheth.
See, Bosheth.
Bosheth.
It says shame, the feeling, and the condition. See? The condition, the feeling and condition. It's a spiritual thing. It's not a physical thing like we've been taught in the 90s or 80s, wherever you learned it at. It's a spiritual thing. It says the feeling and condition as well as its cause by implication, specifically an idol, ashamed, confusion, greatly put to shame. See that? So the confusion of faces is not talking about a physical appearance or us being confused with the heathen. It's not talking about that. Not that at all. So, that's clear. That's very clear. So let's go back here. So, when you read this, it has nothing to do with that. 8th verse, it says, the Lord said unto us belongeth confusion of faces, meaning shame. Shame and confusion. The Most High, he put that spirit on us because of our rebellion towards him. You understand? Again, it says, O Lord, to us belongeth confusion of faces, to our kings, to our princes, and to our fathers, because we have sinned against thee. See that? We have sinned against the Most High. You understand? We sinned against the Most High. 9th verse, to the Lord our power belongeth mercies and forgiveness, though we have rebelled against him. See that? Though we have rebelled against him. It says, neither have we obeyed the voice of the Lord our power to walk in his laws, which he has set before us by his servants, the prophets. So that's the confusion of faces. It has nothing to do with what we were taught or what brothers are teaching now. 3rd verse, and I set my face unto, it says, and I set my face unto the Lord. See, so when you set your face unto the Lord, you're in the spirit of the Most High. You in the spirit of the Most High, and you humbling yourself to the Most High. You can set your face to the Most High in prayer. You can set your face into the Most High by keeping his commandments. You can set your face to the Most High by studying and acknowledging what's written in the book, meaning the Bible. I set my face unto the Lord to seek by prayer and supplication with fasting, sackcloth, and ashes. So these are different ways you set your face to the Most High. These are different ways you set your face to the Most High. So this is not rocket science. It's not hard to do. It's not hard to do at all. Here's another one. That I kind of want to touch on. Here's another one. See if I can find it. Very simple. I mean, how hard is that? So now we in that time where we are linking our faces to the Most High. That's where we at now. Job, the 9th chapter, and the 24th verse is another one that we gotta acknowledge that it's incorrect the way it's being taught. Sorry, Job 9 verse 24 says, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. Again, it says he, the Most High, covered the faces of the judges of the Most High. We once again said this is the white man covering the true image of Christ. That's a lie. That's a lie. Let's go to the 1st verse and get understanding. It says, then Job answered and said, I know it is of truth, but how should a man be just with the Most High? If he will contend with him, he cannot answer him one of 1,000. 4th verse. He is wise in his heart and mighty in strength. Who has hardened himself against him? To him is the Most High. He, the same he, in the 24th verse that covered the faces of the judges thereof, the same he, again, that covered the faces of the judges thereof, is wise in his heart and mighty in strength. Who has hardened himself against him and has prospered? Tell me. Who has prospered against the Most High? Who? It says, which removeth mountains, and they know it, and they know not, which overturneth them in his anger. Who does that? The Most High, the same he that covered the faces of the judges thereof. The same he. Which shaketh the earth out of her place, and the pillars thereof tremble. Who does that? The Most High, the same he that covered the faces of the judges thereof. Which commandeth the sun, and it riseth not, and sealeth up the stars. Who does that? The Most High. The same he that covereth the faces of the judges thereof. Which alone spread out the heavens and treadeth upon the waves of the sea. Who does that? The Most High. The same he that covereth the faces of the judges thereof. Which doeth great things past finding out. Again, it says, which doeth great things past finding out, yea, and wonders without number, meaning the great things the Heavenly Father does cannot be numbered, cannot be numbered. The same He that doeth those things is the same He that covered the faces of the judges thereof. You see how much understanding you get when you read the whole chapter or go to the beginning? You see that? Jump right to the 12th verse. It says, behold, he taketh away, and who can hinder him? Who can stop the Most High when he takes away? When he takes life away, can you stop the Most High? When he takes wealth away, can you stop the Most High? When he brings the enemy on another nation, and that nation destroys and takes away through the grace and power of the Most High, can you stop that nation? The same He that controls those things is the same He that covered the faces of the judges thereof. Behold, he taketh away, who can hinder him? Who can stop him? Who will say unto him, what doest thou? What you doing, Most High? You can't stop the Most High when he wants something to come to pass or he puts something in action. You can't stop the Most High. It says, let's jump down right to the thing, to the nitty-gritty. 24th verse, the main verse we use. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Who controls the earth? The Most High. When the Romans controlled the earth, the Most High gave them that power. He didn't do it on his own, even though the white man thinks he does everything on his own. The heathen. When the Egyptians had power over the earth or on the earth, who gave them that power? The Most High. Even though the Egyptians prayed to other gods, just like the Romans, and believed that those other gods gave them power. And in some cases, some rulers believed that they had the power alone to take portions of the earth that they stole, ripped off, and robbed. But who in reality gave them that power? The Most High. So he says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So today, the wicked that rule this earth is the so-called white man. And the Most High gave him that power. It says, he covered the faces of the judges thereof. So the he is the same he we read about, starting from the first verse all the way down, is the Most High. So it says, he covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Who has the power to do that? If it's not the Most High, who's doing it? Not talking about the white man, brothers. It's not talking about the white man, sisters. It's not. The faces there, once again, is spiritual. Spiritual. Has nothing to do with us linking up our faces to the white man, or the white man changing the image of Christ into the white image, the so-called black image into the so-called white image. Has nothing to do with that. The he is simply talking about the white man. It's talking about the Most High. Got me saying it now. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So that was just something, that was on my mind, and something to make you think. Something to make you think. That's been quoted and broken down the wrong way for years, and brothers still don't want to let it go. But you gonna let it go, because what you're doing in all this from the beginning is Job describing the power and strength and judgment of the Most High. And when you get to the 24th verse, brothers who still hold on to this wrong breakdown, you're giving the power to the Most High. You're saying that he is the white man, when the he that doeth all those great things we just read about is the Most High. But now you're giving the power to the white man that covereth the faces of the judges thereof, when the Most High, he put our faces in derision and confusion and shame, and he's covering the faces of the judges thereof today, as well as the past. The Most High, he does those things. Check it out. I'm out.